WhatsApp's new privacy policies, they had us going into a tizzy. Suddenly, there was this hue and cry about your data being shared, your privacy invaded. One of the biggest concerns for everyone is that are my chats being read? Are they encrypted or not? What is happening with my data? Since WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, who is Facebook selling my data to? If, like me, you use WhatsApp for work, then I totally agree with you that just deleting it and switching to Signal or Telegram is currently not an option. But what people need to understand is that WhatsApp is the least of your problems. The biggest problem is right now in your hand or in the screen in front of you. In this video, we will be exploring how and why is data being collected from you, India's big data drain, and tips on what you can do to protect yourself. Now, some of you might say that you don't have anything to hide. So what if they take my information away from me for free? When a company gives you a service for free and in exchange collects your data, which it sells to others for profit, then you have become the product. When a large part of India becomes a product which is being traded by foreign companies like Facebook and earlier TikTok, then other countries are becoming richer and we Indians are helping keep India poor. The more we don't give away personal information and protect ourselves, the more valuable it becomes. And if Indian companies that pay taxes in India are the only ones that have information on us, then you know how TikTok is now worth 140 billion and WeChat, it's 500 billion, which by the way together is twice the GDP of Pakistan. Tomorrow Indian companies will also be global players. Understand what Prime Minister Modi was trying to say when he said,
Data is the new oil. मैं इसमें ये भी जोड़ूंगा कि data is the new gold.
And what a lot of you all may have not noticed is that Mukesh Ambani called his company Jio, which is the mirror image of oil. As Indians, it is our duty to make sure that we don't get colonized by foreign forces again. A more dangerous reason than just money is the effect that these companies can influence on society. Twitter and Google will happily lecture other governments on the right to free speech the moment that they are censored in any way. But they themselves reserve the right to censor who they feel like. We've all noticed the dumbing down effect that TikTok has had both on the content creators and the audience. Sure, you can be an intellectual content creator on TikTok, but for every one guy trying to increase awareness, there were 500 young people doing moronic things. Who is to say that TikTok was not subtly pushing trends that subvert us as a culture and a nation? China will not allow most international social media within its borders. We too should be more guarded about who we invite into our house. I spoke to an ethical hacker, Mr. Amit Dubey, about all of this, and he told me something that blew my mind. Any antivirus will protect you from only 3% of all the malware out there. So last year, a company in Israel, they designed a malware where all that was needed is for someone to give you a missed call on WhatsApp once, and they could gain control over your phone. Everything that was on your phone could be accessed by anyone who had it. This company sold the malware to the government to help them fight terrorism and cyber crimes. But if this exists, then versions of it will follow too. Twitter, YouTube, Gmail, they all regularly get hacked. And if companies who spend so much time and money on protecting themselves are vulnerable, then we must do everything possible to protect ourselves. He told me that a hacker usually looks for these 5 points of weakness in a person to gain control. So if a man can do it, then a Chinese company, or for that matter, any company around the world, can also use these 5 to influence the individual or the collective society and push them to think and act in directions that might be unhealthy. Cambridge Analytica's claim of making Donald Trump win or influencing the Brexit vote, now that is a perfect example of all of this. If you need to understand exactly how this was done, I've explained it in this video, but take a look after you finish watching this. Companies also use these emotions to create a demand for their product. We're constantly being manipulated to do things without us being aware of it. Google's own employees are currently in a battle with Alphabet to form a workers' union because they say they have developed artificial intelligence technology for use by the Department of Defense and profited from ads by a hate group. They have failed to make the necessary changes to meaningfully address our retention issues with people of color. Therefore, awareness is the only way that we can protect ourselves. India currently does not have any privacy laws in place. However, the DPB has been tabled in the Parliament since 2018 and it covers a lot of these points as well. And after all the WhatsApp fiascos that have taken place, hopefully the government will pass it in 2021. Till then, protect yourself. The three main sources for data collection are social data, machine data, transactional data. Of these three, for now, social media collects more data than anybody else. But in China, machine data collects more than the other two. And as per this chart, it's not surprising to see that Facebook collects the most data from us. Well, that's how it makes its money. $16.6 billion to be precise, based on their 2018 reports. The more you keep posting, the more they know about you, the more they can sell. So the simplest way to protect yourself is to get off social media and not consciously give away all of this information for free. But besides giving it away, you also want to protect yourself from information being taken without your permission. And for that, you need to start using smarter browsers to surf the internet. In order of safety and most data protection, these three are my picks. You know how every time you get on a website and it asks you to accept all cookies? Those things that sound really sweet and cute, they are what is used to track all your history. Firefox, which I use myself, has various extensions, ways to customize the browser that you can use and decide your own privacy needs. Even if you don't switch to Firefox, I would strongly suggest clearing all your cookies and cache. And if you're wondering about losing passwords while you're doing that, then the first thing I need to ask you is why the hell are you storing your passwords in your browser? What you do need is a password manager. These are my two recommendations. 1Password, they charge for this one. LastPass, it's free, but it has a pretty shitty interface. You can decide for yourself. On Firefox, I use these extensions. Cookie Auto Delete. No cookies are saved once I log off from a site. Believe it or not, this is really helpful, especially when you're booking flight tickets, because it keeps the price of the ticket down. AdBlock Plus, I see like 2% of the ads that I used to. Ghostery, to block other sites that track social media, and Facebook Container. Now this one is very important. Facebook's tracking goes beyond just your activity on Facebook. It's also making note of your activity on other websites. And this extension blocks Facebook from seeing what you are doing on other websites. A general thumb rule for all social media is to give them as little information as possible about yourself. There's no need to tell Facebook all this unnecessary information about you. There's also no need to give Facebook full access to your phone. You can use their upload only selected images option, and you can also turn location services off. I, for one, have put all my location services off on my phone, and it's only on for a few apps. And all my apps have only selected photos option on for access to my camera roll. Realize that Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, they're all owned by Mark Zuckerberg. The company has more information about you than your friends or your parents might know. I recently asked for my WhatsApp report, and you can also do the same by following these steps. And I was shocked. I was shocked to see that they had preserved a record of every phone number, every group that I had ever been in contact with from day one. The reason why Signal is gaining popularity is that they do not retain any information about their users. But that does not mean that they are necessarily safe, because they are open sourced. And any hacker can do as much damage with Signal as any other app. And Signal does not have the kind of muscle and money that the big daddies have. I hope you've liked this video, and I'm really looking forward to the tribe coming in and putting their ideas, their suggestions, their tips and tricks that they use to keep their data safe. Come in and help other people in the tribe protect themselves. My name is Freesia, this is WAC. Don't forget to subscribe and come and join the tribe. I'll catch you guys again very soon. Ciao.